What is up, everybody? This your buddy E-bike guy. Today I got a banger video for y'all, and this is a 3,000 watt e-bike that I just built not too long ago for a customer. I got two on the build, but I only built one so far. I'm actually building that battery. It's a 72 volt 30 amp hour battery that's gonna go on that e-bike, but this one I'm gonna be doing a review on is a 72 volt 20 amp hour e-bike battery that I had put in the triangle bag, and it's in the bike. Actually, the bike's ready to go. It's actually charging. But anyways, I want to show y'all what all the specs done to this bike. Like I say, the prices vary. If you want an e-bike built like this or built by me and everything, prices on these bikes vary. Depends on where you get the parts from, etc. But yeah, do note that these parts are available. So anyways, without further ado, we're gonna turn the camera around and I'm gonna show you what we got. All right, so here it is, y'all. So I was in the backyard, you know, doing my introduction and everything. So I kind of got on the bike and rode it down here because we about to approach this hill while I do all my reviews at. But yeah, this is the bike that I built. This is for a customer. I got two of these builds, as a matter of fact. One of them's gonna be a 27.5. But yeah, this is one sleek looking e-bike DIY. This is not from a company or anything like that. This is actually I built from the ground up. Exception of the bike, you know, came from, you know, from Amazon. But anyway, so let me give you a quick rundown of the specs and show you what it's got, stuff like that. So here we're going to start from the back. So we have a 3,000 watt 3.5T hub motor. It's from MB Power. It's on a MTX 39 rim, and then we have the 160 millimeter rotors, and these are cable actuator brakes, not hydraulics, but you can actually upgrade to hydraulics if you choose to do so. Anyway, so we had to purchase this rack to stick to the Sabaton controller. This is where I feel like it was the best place to be. Also, the rack, I wanted the rack a little bit without no controller mount on top or anything else, because the customer was going to be using that to haul some stuff. Anyway, so the seat, we got a retro spec seat. I got this from a local bike shop, and it's pretty comfortable and feels real good. My son actually has one of that too. So here it is. We got the Sabaton 7280. We got the alarm hooked up, and you got the XT90 connector running to a 72 volt 20 amp hour battery, Molicel P42H that I built myself. The battery bag is from my boy from Boss Custom Battery Bag and Seats. And then we have the stock Shimano 20 TZ derailleur that actually came on the bike. Also the ATX Index freewheel. It is a 6-speed, I believe, or 7-speed freewheel that actually came with the hub motor. I like the brown wall wheels. I like those wheels. Not the wheels, but the tires. I do like those, and it make the bike looks really stunning, to tell you the truth. The front shocks is non-adjustable, so you don't get no preload or any lockout, anything like that. Okay, so let's go up in the top. So we have this CXWXC. This is like a riser, the stem right here that's bolted to the headset. The person who's riding the bike wants to be kind of sitting up straight. This is a 90 millimeter riser handlebars that I got from Amazon, and all this stuff I have a link in the description where you can purchase these parts from. Also, we had to do away with the stock cable because it wasn't long enough to accommodate the riser on the handlebars and then the stem itself. So we had to get new brake cables, shifter cables. Actually, this came, believe it or not, these came with the shifter and the brake integrated with each other. So I had to ditch all that. So I had to purchase these different from Amazon. So those don't come with the bike itself. Also, the bike has regen. I got the regen turned up to about 50 amps, and I think that's very good. It stops really good. So we don't have to use the brake pads on the mechanical brakes unless you're in an emergency, so that way you can slow down. And then, yeah, that is about it. This is a 24-inch mountain bike, you know, and it's very short because the person that's, you know, riding the bike is going to be a little bit on the short side, so didn't want to make it too tall for the rider. Failed to mention that we don't have a display up front. We do have a 3-switch mode. Same thing I have my Tommy bikes. We do have a half twist throttle, and we do have the voltage meter that I charged this bike overnight. It was at 69 volts because the batteries are fairly new. And then so we're going to turn it on. It should be right at 82 volts because I did roll it around already. So I did roll it around already just to get the feel of the bike, and it is a very powerful bike. It's actually pretty fast for what it is. Oh, one more thing before I go. So this has a torque arm from my boy James. I tried to look him up because I really need more of these torque arms. So if you're watching this, please hit me up on the email. I need to get more of those torque arms, and this is a very, very nice torque arm, and it's very thick, as you can see right there. So those torque arms, you don't need one of those, to tell you the truth. So I have one of those on there just for safety measures, and yeah, and get a good look at the bike. And it's nice. It's pretty nice. I like it. So yeah, all right, so let's go and take a ride on it. We're gonna go up the hill to the park and then come back to my boy's house, and yeah, we're gonna conclude this story, or this review on this bike that I just built. So all right, let's get to it. All right, so I hope y'all can see again. So we are fixing to be riding a 3000 watt e-bike. DIY is always the way to go if you want some performance and you want to customize your e-bike. This is the way to go. So right now we're going to go in mode 3 just to test a little speed on it, and it's all about throttle control too. So you got to have throttle control, because this bike the front end will lift up. So we're going to go up the hill. Power comes on good. Woo! Woo-wee! Yes, sir. Regen works really good. Don't even have to use the brake pads, and that's another thing about DIYs, that you can get a nice programmable controller. So that way you can have a little regen or e-braking. That way you don't have to use the brake pads. Power comes on smooth. I mean, this thing is really light. It feels so light. And then a 20 amp hour battery, man, has a lot of capacity for this bike of this stature. Yeah, man. They're gonna love it. They're gonna love it. Pedal assist works good too. Pedal assist comes on strong. I mean, it comes on soft. Now that's the one thing I like about it. And that it has a slow ramp up to where it, you know what I mean, it doesn't want to take off like a bat out of hell. It slowly ramps up. That's why I tune it at, so that way they can get the get up to speed without having the front wheel to be lifting up and driving all kinds of crazy. And that's the way I want that pedal assist to come on slowly, and not having all the power right there on the jump. So, but anyway, so to go a little bit faster, you like to have a little bit of I would say 180s up front would have get the job done. That way you can stop a little bit faster, but it had no problem stopping this bike at all, especially with the regen coming on. So we're gonna go ahead and go down here to the park. Really quiet. You hear a little bit of a noise from the freewheel. That is typical at all times, you know. I mean, it depends on what kind of freewheel you get, because I got a 3-speed freewheel on my tummy bike, and it's not that really loud as opposed to this one. It feels real nimble. And it's, you know what? You know, I'm 6'7", and I'm 230, and this bike pulls me like it ain't nothing. So the person that's on the bike's gonna be very lighter than I am. So it's gonna get a lot more range, a lot more efficient, instead of pulling the heavy behind rider like as me around. And I think this is good. I don't think I need to do any adjustments. I think I maybe need to lower this, the right side of the brake handle just a smudge to match the one on the left. Also, I need to adjust the shifter on this side, so that way it can shift up. I don't know what happened. I guess the cable is froze up for some reason, but this is a new cable. So what I'm gonna do when I go home, I'm going to fix on that, so that way the cable can shift up. But anyways, besides of that, even though the suspension is non-adjustable, it does feel good off-road, but I wouldn't recommend, you know, doing any high-speed trail riding, you know, as my tummy bike, because that's a 26x4 tires. You can let some of the pressure out so that way you don't feel so bad in the rear. But other than that, you can ride this on the street all day and still have nice power. Now, a lot of people is sleeping on a 3,000 watt hub motor, thinking they need, you know, a lot of power. In some applications, you do need a bigger motor, so you don't want to burn the motor out. But I mean, 3,000 watt on this, I think it's a little bit overkill. I think you can get away with 2,000 watts on this bike, but I think 3,000 watt is a slight overkill. But you don't have to worry about the motor getting hot, and you can upgrade the control if you want. I mean, but maybe to a four driver 72-260 controller, and it's going to be a little bit more powerful than the Sabaton 80. But that's in the future, you know what I mean? So I'm gonna go around this car. We're gonna go to my boy's house and talk a little bit about DIYs. Matter of fact, I'm going to put on mode 1 to talk to you a little bit about DIYs. I'm gonna turn right here because they pressure washing the sidewalk. Let me see. So I do need to just adjust the shifter on the derailleur, the front derailleur, so that way I can pedal using the pedal assist. But anyways, so you can't beat it, man. You can't beat doing a DIY. For one thing, you're saving money. You're gonna save money in the process instead of getting buying a e-bike, you know, from local retailer stores like Amazon, eBay, or even AliExpress, you know, because at the end of the day, you get what you pay for. Those e-bikes, you know what I'm saying, only allow a maximum of 28 miles an hour in some cases. Going DIY, you can choose and pick your motor, choose and pick your controller, battery. If you build it yourself, if you build everything yourself, then you're golden. You don't have to worry about that, you know, because you know what control you have, you know what battery you built. So all that stuff plays a big role in the DIY, you know. And number 2 is that it looks more like a bicycle. It doesn't look like a moped. It doesn't look like a, you know, something futuristic. I mean, it's DIY. So that's why my channel, now I do have a step bumper coming soon. I'm gonna do a review on that one. Also, I'm gonna be doing modifications to that step bumper, and it does have a QS273. So I will be doing some modifications on that. But my channel is basically all about DIY. So I want to teach the people that's new to the e-bike world. And like I say, I don't know everything. I've only been in this for a year now, and you know, I'm still learning. It's still a learning curve. And you know, we all humans. Everybody make mistakes. So it's still a learning curve for me. And then, you know, but the people that is completely new to e-bike game, I can, you know, they can watch these videos and they can just see like, oh, how you do that, you know what I'm saying, and get some sort of a knowledge on how to build their own DIY e-bikes, and even batteries for that. So I got some battery videos coming up, you know what I'm saying, how to, you know, do a basic 72 volt battery or even 60 volt batteries for that matter, you know what I'm saying. Don't have to be big, don't have to be mega range or anything like that, just a simple battery to get you going, you know. And then I'm going to do another video on if you do modify your e-bike, choose the right frame. If you're going to do your research, if you're going to go and buy a e-bike off, you know, from a retailer, you want to choose a frame, because later on you might want to modify that, and you know what I'm saying, you want a frame that you can modify with the battery, the big battery and everything. So this is my boy's house, and we're going to stop by here for a minute, and they are loading up a all right, so that's what I'm talking about. So when you do turn this key off, it will have an alarm sound. I just gotta put a battery on it. So all right, so just came from my boy's house. Just he was looking at it and he says it was nice, it looks nice. So I'm going back home and I'm fixing to fix the shifter for the front derailleur, so we can have pedal assist. Man, I'm kind of afraid to give a little bit of throttle, because this thing is Yeah. Whoa. Gotta slow it down a little bit. Riding on the sidewalk. Yeah. Yeah. It's gonna be all right. And the tires are so quiet. See, now this is when you need those brakes, you know what I mean? So the regen, you know, can help you slow down. Now, usually there don't be no cars coming out like that, but it'd be a coincidence when all of a sudden when you know, riding down the sidewalk, I mean, which I usually take the road, and I usually don't be going that fast on the sidewalk, but you never know when a car will pull out in front of you, and then you have to slow down. And that's when some good brakes will come in, you know. K-Western brakes are good for slower bikes, not high-speed bikes like this one. So I'm probably going to be telling the customer to upgrade to hydraulic ones just to be on the safe side. But I mean, for right now, the K-Western brakes does work. You know, it works. It just slowed me down, so I know it works. All right, so there you have it. So here we go. We got the 3,000 watt bike inside the house. Now this is temporarily because I got to move from outside in the shed, but until the kids get their room back. But anyway, so this is the other bike I got to work on, and this is the Ozark Trail. It's going to be the same setup as the one I just tested on, so stay tuned for that video. And she rides really good, and I like the way she rides, really good. And I can see somebody like, you know, like a woman stature, around about 4 feet 5 inches, you know what I'm saying, getting on this bike. But yeah, man, that's it, man. That was it. A little bit of a little rundown of the 3,000 watt e-bike I just built for a customer. And yeah, so she's good. But anyways, so I hope y'all enjoyed the video. I'm finna get up out of here. I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.